Good morning, Philippines. Yeah, good morning, Philippines. And good night, US, or good evening, US. I thought I have to get a better background, but I mean, I can't get better than this. I mean, maybe I'll try the lanai, the next live cast I can do during the day. But just a beautiful, if you take a look outside, so beautiful from the window of my condo here and the balcony. I don't know what you say in Filipino, but mabuhay anyway, everybody. It's a great morning. It's a great day. You just feel great to be in the Philippines. We had a great experience yesterday going to BGC, going shopping, and I just woke up to this beautiful day, and I just feel so lucky to be here in the Philippines, and I feel great. And that's one of the reasons we came to the Philippines is because of that, great feeling and great people and that great energy the people give us. And we had that yesterday, even though we were so tired walking around. But it just feels great to be here today. I just wanted to say that. And I wanted to show everyone, the great weather we're having today in Manila. We're in Manila right now. I don't know how the other parts of the Philippines are right now, but Manila, this is one of the best days we've had. It's a great start to the new year. And so I thought, I was like, what am I going to talk about today? What am I going to say? And, I know there's a lot of people watching in the Philippines. I've been looking at who's watching and stuff like that. So I thought I'd like, a lot of people are interested in foreigners and what foreigners have to say about certain things and things like that. But, shopping in the Philippines. It's a unique experience. It's a great experience. It's a different experience than America right now. I'm old enough to say that I kind of remember markets. I remember when I was a kid, to get a good deal, you would go to the market. And now, not many people in the U.S. go to markets. So I know there's lots of Filipinas, lots of Filipinos that are in the U.S. right now, and there's also Filipinos here in the Philippines going, how do Americans shop? And basically, right now, I mean, since there are some markets in some places, especially if you live in the province areas or rural areas out in the country, out in the provinces, people still are doing markets. Excuse me, markets and things of that nature. We call them farmers markets, and they're primarily just for food. You're not going to buy too much stuff. I know that down in Manila we have a Divisoria. I think that's how we say it here, and that's a huge market. It's kind of what we call in the old days we call a bazaar. And a bazaar doesn't mean you're bizarre like crazy. A bazaar, I think, is the old Arabic word bazaar, where it's a marketplace. And the Vasoria, which is sort of inward towards further up where we are, has all those shops, and I can't wait to go there. But it's kind of difficult to get there. We're gonna have to plan a trip out there. I know there's lots of YouTube stories and things of that nature. But in the U.S., everything is done online. Amazon is controlling the marketplace, and when I was a kid, you had to go to a store. You would go to marketplaces occasionally to get a good deal, but there's so few left. Many of the markets, that we would call markets or divisorias or things like that, are basically eBay. It's all online stuff. People selling these things, and what you miss, and this is what's really, to a great extent hurting the U.S. Is this non-human contact. That on one hand, it's so easy to get this stuff, and you can order it, and it comes right to your door. It's secure. You can return things if you want to return them. Things like that. But on the other hand, you don't have contact with people. So, it's kind of like the experience isn't the same. And I think one of the things Americans are really hurting from is this lack of contact and communication with people. Um, we don't have it. And so when you go to a store and you go to a market and you're talking to people, dealing with the sights, the sounds, the action, you feel like a human being. You feel like you're alive. And so how do we shop here? Well, my wife has, we're going to go to the market near Acacia. I think it's up in Pasig, maybe. Yeah, I think that's what she said. My wife. So we're going to take a trip up there to the wet market and video that stuff around. It's all around YouTube, but it's mainly capture our family experience going up there. And that's something I haven't really experienced since I've been like maybe 20 in the U.S., where we had local butchers and local fishmongers and people selling all kinds of stuff at the market. And people I know in the Philippines build up these relationships with the sellers. They go to the sellers all the time, and that's something that we used to have in the U.S. with our daily stores, local stores, things like that. But that stuff has all been taken away. I know there are stores out there, but a lot of this stuff is corporate. And we had a little bit of an experience with that the other day. We went to S&R, which is the Philippine version of Costco, and I'll do another kind of report on that. Hey, it was great. It was fun. The people were nice and friendly. There are good deals on some things. I think appliances, you can save a little bit, on the appliances. We found out we could have saved like $20 in our refrigerator. We could have saved a little bit on some things, but it wasn't like we saved a little bit on the rice. We bought the rice in bulk, but I think it was like $5. But I mean, for some Filipinos, $5, and anyone can join. It's a little, I think it's like $10 or 1,000 a little less than 1,000 pesos to join, and you can save on some things. The rice, I think we saved $5 on. I'm not a big rice eater. It's a 25-pound bag. But the problem is, you got to store it, for a long period of time. I don't know if that's going to work out or not, but we got the rice, and as far as an American, I thought that the ground beef from New Zealand, which was grass fed, I thought it was a really, really good price for that. The pork and everything looked great. They didn't have too much variety with the chicken. They just had cut, chicken parts like cut up in a bag, and they had roasted chicken as well. And it seemed like they were good prices. I think there were, you can get like 2 whole chickens for, was it $2.50? I mean that's a pretty good price. You're going to save, and it turns out you save like $1 or something like that on that when you go there. So hey, that's a good price. So I mean, if you buy three of those a week, you buy 6. Well, maybe 4 chickens a week or something like that. You're going to save $2, and then 2 times 4 is 8. You save like $8. You save a little bit of money. I don't know how convenient it is for us because we got to take a car, a Grab down there, and then park and then drive back. I don't know if it's something we're going to keep going to, and and I know it goes against kind of the Filipino way, which is you get fresh food. And this is something that they still do in Europe and other places where, people don't have big refrigerators. In the U.S., people have these gigantic refrigerators, and they go down to Costco and they buy everything in bulk. Everything is frozen food pretty much, and they freeze and store it. And quite frankly, a lot of the food isn't that good. Americans really aren't making a lot of their food. So, I mean, for Americans, they go to Costco. It's almost a necessity now to save money. You can't go to a local grocery store like SM. In the U.S., there's things like, I don't know, what's there some of the brand name? Kroger, A&P, Acme, ShopRite, in the East Coast. And they're just a variety of stores. But a lot of the food, just to me, is not the same quality it used to be. That's just my opinion. It's just, you have to really go to Whole Foods in the U.S. And Whole Foods, for the Filipino listeners, is like, Filipinos would laugh at it. It's like what you get at the market. It's basically what it is. But you pay extra in the U.S. because you can't get fresh food, natural food in the U.S. unless you pay extra. But if you're a Filipino, you'll have to go. I can just go to the market and get fresh food. In the U.S., because we don't have markets, we have to go to a special organic place and pay double, triple what we pay in the U.S. And it's just ridiculous. So I mean, like, I think in the U.S., I mean, a thing, I'm just trying to give some prices to the Filipino listeners. A package of chicken breasts, would cost something like $8, which is like, I think that's like 1,000 pesos. I have to do the math. I got to look at my phone when I do this next time. I think it's like I think it's something like that. But you're getting like 6 or 7 chicken breasts, and they're processed. I mean, they come from somewhere. I mean, at least here, you're getting fresh food, and you're not really paying extra for it. But of course, you're going to pay extra for chicken breast as opposed to the whole chicken. And I know a lot of people, why are you buying chicken breast? I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just the way, the U.S. is. But I mean, I think I'm going to go more to the whole chicken to save a little bit of money. So, I mean, we could have, at S&R, they had a good deal on the whole chicken. I mean, you save a little bit. And I guess, I mean, our strategy was to get a refrigerator and freeze a lot of this stuff, so we don't have to keep going down to S&R. But I have to say this: the traffic to BGC yesterday was not really that bad. So we're gonna have to see when everyone goes back to work and school what the traffic is like. But it was really light, and I was like, man, this is pretty close. I mean, it wasn't that big a deal at all. And people, but that, I don't think it'll be as bad as Christmas. I think it'll pick up a little bit, but I think, like, most of the stuff you want to do here, like in the Philippines, and I think a lot of Filipinos will say that, is for us on Sunday. I mean, there's hardly any traffic. So, I mean, if you do your shopping, if you have to go anywhere, it's really on Sunday. But, how do we shop? I mean, we go down to Save More, which is like an American grocery store, and I have no real problem with Save More or anybody, with that. It's a good quality place. You're going to pay a little bit extra, and like the owner of our condo said, you're going to say, you're really going to save a lot if you buy the vegetables at the market. And that seemed to be the case. Priscilla went down there and she saved a lot at the market on vegetables. The other stuff you're going to save a little bit on, apparently. My deal with going and getting the big refrigerator and going to S&R was to either go to the market and stock up, or go to this, it's basically a warehouse where you can buy big bags of stuff, and the U.S. listeners will know what we're talking about. In the Philippines, it's kind of a new kind of thing. But hey, you say, like I said, on the local products, you really didn't save that much. For Cheerios, it was like $12 for 2 boxes, which is a little pricey. We mainly got that for Matthew because he loves Cheerios, and the kid really doesn't demand too much, so we just got him that. And that should last at least a month. So, I mean, that's not, that big of a deal. But as far as like the meat, I thought the New Zealand chop meat for like $5 a pack for a kilo, I thought that was pretty good. It was grass-fed. It was pretty good. We haven't been able to get really good ground beef in the Philippines yet. Now, there's a guy down here in Acacia that makes really good burgers. He spices them up Filipino style. But, they're not like an American burger, but the meat is great. But like when I went to S&R, I got the burger there yesterday because the pizza was just, I didn't want something really greasy. I'm trying to lose weight or whatever. It's not so much the calories. It's just like, yeah, it's really greasy. But, Matthew got it. He wanted pepperoni. And that was one of the reasons we went there, too, is to get real pepperoni. And we bought a bag of pepperoni, Hormel, I think it was Hormel, a big bag. It was a big bag. I don't know. It's got to be almost 100 pieces of pepperoni for something like $20 US, which is, it seems expensive, but in the US, pepperoni is expensive anyway. And what we're going to try to do is make pizza at home for him. You can't really find, there are some places, we'll have to keep looking around at BGC, but like I said, Papa John's, okay, it's okay. and some of the other pizza chains in the area. We haven't tried Yellow Cab yet. Listen, I don't want to put them down. They do a good job. It's okay, but it's expensive, and for the price, it just isn't worth it for me. Costco pizza, I could see people buying, and everyone in the world in the U.S. buys cheap Costco pizza, and I was leery of it. And Maddie had one piece, and I tried it. It was like, dude, this is like I said, I'm not trying to put down the people that are making it or anything. It's just that this is not good quality food. And I saw everyone eating, the Filipinos eating the Costco food, and I'm like, dude, this is why America has a health crisis. I'm like, look at this food. I mean, it was like, yeah. It's like greasy, fatty. It's not. I mean, you have greasy and fatty food in the Philippines, but I don't know if it makes any sense. It's naturally fatty food, like pork and stuff like that. But this stuff, it's like all processed stuff. It's just like, I don't know, guys. But my wife got the chicken there, and if in the Philippines you get chicken or pork, you're okay. But the American stuff, like the pizza, now the burger I got there, it was okay. It's all right. It was mainly a Filipino burger. It wasn't like really U.S. style, but it didn't bother me. It was just something for me to get home. Get through the day, get through my hunger until I got home. So all in all, I mean, how do we shop here? I mean, I guess Priscilla, we're gonna have to go to the market and check that out and see and just do the numbers on that. But I think we're gonna start. We've been using credit card really to buy everything at S&M. I'm going to start using cash only because, I want to keep track of the expenses. So I think we're going to use more cash from now on, just to keep track of things, to how much we're spending. Usually when you buy things with credit cards, it's like, yeah, you can look online and see what you're spending, but it's just somehow it just goes out the window. But the reason we're spending, with credit card is because it's convenient. And we're getting bonus miles, so if we want to take a trip around Asia or something like that with our American Express, I mean, I think we got like almost 70,000 bonus miles built up. So we can have a trip to Japan or something like that. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we won't use cash. I mean, I don't know, because you just get so many benefits with these travel cards. And right now, I think I had a 3-month period. I got it in November with that card. So December, January, February. So if I keep shopping, I might as well just go one more month. I can build up a lot more bonus miles on that card. But yeah, might as well. In for a penny, in for a pound. That's what we say in the U.S. Meaning like you're in for a centavo, you're in for a peso, whatever it is. So I mean, I don't know. We're just trying to coming over here was expensive, and you're just trying to figure things out. And like I said, it's so convenient to have that the Save More right next door. And I don't, maybe you save $100 a month, maybe $50 a month if you go to the market. I think, like Priscilla said, though, the vegetables are really, really cheap in the market. But like with the fish and the beef, excuse me, I'm sorry, you're not going to really save that much. And by the time you take a jeepney or you take something over, transportation over there, it might not be worth it. But we have to see, and we'll be going to the market this week. I can't go this weekend because NFL football. I mean, I could, but I'm going to be up, like at 5 to 12. I'm going to be up early in the morning watching football, the playoff games. And I'm sure I'm going to be, after I've been, having a little adult beverages, a little cerveza, a little San Miguel, and some other stuff. I mean, I'm going to be kind of a little tired. I mean, I don't drink a lot, but, a couple of beers, you watch a few games, you make your own pizza or what have you. After 8 hours of football, you're kind of like, yeah, conked out. So I don't know how much, shopping we're going to do on that this weekend, but next weekend. But yeah, as far as the shopping goes, I mean, for groceries at least, but SNR had a great thing on eggs in BGC where buy one, get one for 150 pesos. But you have to get there early because, they're going to they were all sold out. So, I mean, there are deals available, and I don't know if it. I mean, I'm sure you get eggs in the market cheaper too. The problem is, the are you going to get the eggs back safely? Are you going to break a couple or something? I mean, I don't know. You just have to try it out. I mean, I'm sure you can buy a hard case or something. I mean, people know how to do it here. Maybe get a case or something. And there's supposed to be some markets on the weekend here. They're supposed to be pretty good too. That are near, closer to us. I think they're right up the street. So I mean, it's kind of figuring our way out. It's just that you look at your bill, and it's like, man, I just see Save More come up on my credit card like every day for like, boom, 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 money, money, money. And I'm like, and, trying to figure that out because I'd like to buy as much in the market as possible, as humanly possible to make sense, to cut down on the expenses on that. But the one thing I have to say is, and like I said, Filipinos and the Filipino listeners out there will laugh, your food's organic. You have lots of local, farmers, providers with food and chickens and pigs and everything. In the U.S., this is all like, you would be amazed how big the farming is. I know you have big farms here, but the U.S. is, oh man, it's just so commercialized and so big. That's why I was laughing. Like we went to Save S&R, which is, like the Costco and BGC, and they were selling American smoked bacon. It was like, I don't know, $15 or something. I was like, why would you want American bacon? You have the greatest pigs like in the world here in the Philippines. Why would you want American bacon? You can get Filipino bacon here. And fresh. I don't know why you'd want to get American bacon. It doesn't make any sense to me. The other thing that's quite expensive here, and it's on other channels, is the cheese. And it's because there's no local dairy production here. It's just hard to do here. Australia, of course, has it. New Zealand has it. I don't know if any other Asian country. It would be interesting. I don't think the Japanese make cheese. So cheese is very expensive. Just, but I mean, it's not like outlandishly expensive. I mean, cheese in the U.S. is expensive, but it is. I mean, but you can get, a bigger quantity if you spend a lot of money. You can get a big block of cheddar cheese in the U.S. I don't know, maybe $15 or something. Here, it's going to be a small block at Save More. They have better selection. No, I'm sorry, at S&R. Save More, depending on the branch, they have better selection or it disappears. It's like $5, $6 for a small block. And, U.S. maybe be $1 or $2 cheaper, something like that. It's just that the U.S. and Europe has this dairy culture. We're used to it. Now, the one thing that was great at S&R was the milk. I think we only spent like $1.50 for half a gallon, which is really a good deal. The problem is you got to, I guess you have a couple weeks to drink it, be all right. But, you can always get the Tetra Pak at Save More, S&M, but it's going to be kind of in the foil pack, but it tastes all right. It doesn't bother me. I kind of like it because I don't have to open it to, I don't have to worry about using it at a certain time so it doesn't go bad. When you buy fresh milk, they're freezing it and shipping it over, you got to drink it pretty quick. And I have to look on the pack. They say it's from Fullerton, California. We have to see if it's really homogenized, pasteurized. I have to take a look. I just grabbed it because it was like $1.50 and I wanted to try it. Not that I'm a huge milk drinker, but it's important. I mean, I think, for vitamins to have it, but, a few times a week. But I mean, you could have, now that's what you have here mainly is dried milk. And you can get that. Now, the other thing, and I don't know how big people are into it. Now, like I'm trying to work out and lose weight. The protein powder was cheap. I mean, a really big, like a barrel of protein powder. Filipinos will laugh at that too, and really serious bodybuilders will laugh at that too. You don't really need protein powder. You should get it more from lean meat and from eggs and things like that. But we've gotten kind of used to, just buying protein powder. You don't really need it. It's just something quick. And that's what I like it for in the morning. And so they had a really good deal on that. I mean, it's kind of expensive. I mean, not really. $60. It was a huge thing. It probably lasted like 4 months or something like that. So, I mean, I might go back for that at some point. I mean, I still have one from GNC, which was $30 on sale for us, like 1/3, maybe less than 1/3 the size. I mean, this thing was huge. It was like this big, like that big, like that. I mean, it was gigantic. So, no, I might go back for that. I didn't want to waste just spend it on something. I'm working out and doing that kind of thing, and I got to keep it up, mainly for health. For health reasons and be healthy and also feel better. I just like taking the protein powder in the morning. But I mean, you can do that with the old Rocky style. When you just make like an 8 drink and stir it up, and it's almost the same thing. But of course, I mean, you have people worried about, the raw egg kind of thing or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I used to put raw eggs into my protein drink when I used to work out a lot, or even up to a few months ago. And, I guess you have to be careful. But hey, if you don't want to do that, just scramble the eggs. Kind of the same thing, But, I don't know. You got to figure it out. But I mean, you don't really need the protein powder, but they have a good deal on it. It's not a bad deal. So, I mean, as we went there and try to find these deals, I mean, you get a good deal on the eggs. You get a good deal on the protein powder. The vegetables, they have things in stock there. You can't, like, my Priscilla couldn't find onions anywhere, and she got a big thing of onions. During the holiday months, food prices go up here, and also the scarcity. Like, you can't find supplies of everything as well. And so she was able to find some stuff. I'm sure the supply chain will pick up. The Save More across the street from us in Acacia was running out of everything because everyone's off. That's okay. In America, everyone would be going crazy. Oh, we're out of stuff. Hey, that's why people are on vacation. It'll come back. And it's not bad to go out without some stuff. I mean, if you have the basics, you don't have to worry too much. So, I wasn't that concerned. It'll get built up again. The stocks will come back in. Not that big a deal. The stock will come in. But like I said, I don't know how much we're going to be saving at these stores. We're trying to find the right mix of Market, S&M, and this SR place. And there's some good things, but like the local products, we didn't really see in the U.S. You can save on U.S. products in the U.S. when you buy in bulk. But my wife was saying, like, we bought the pancake mix. It was almost the same price as S&M. It was the same price. We bought the local apple drink, and we'll have to see if that's going to be the same as well. We just have, it's just one of these things of trial and error. But, like for an American shopping here, it's kind of like finding some of the stuff that you like from America, and giving up some of the stuff because some American stuff is too expensive. So we'll be buying. We have to buy more fish, and we just have to do that, and it's healthier for you anyway. Go to more of a fish-based diet and go into more vegetables, and we have to do it anyway. The American diet is killing Americans. That's why when I saw that at Costco, people eating the American food, I was like, no wonder why we're so fat and we have so many health problems in the U.S. I'm like, look at this stuff; it's awful, And I was like, please don't eat it. I was like, please stop. I was going like, stop. When I was in SNR or like this place, I was like, don't eat it, please. If you eat it a little bit, I'm just being funny. It's okay. But I mean, if you eat it all the time, like Americans, you'll be in bad shape. But so we're trying to find that right balance. And like I said, we found some good ground beef. And if we can just buy and it was reasonable. The ground beef in S&M and some of the other places is quite expensive, and the quality is not that good. Now this looked like the real deal from New Zealand and from Australia. So if we can just make burgers like twice to three times a week, which is all you need of red meat, to be honest with you, and we can get that in $5, that would really be a savings for us instead of going to Jollibee's or McDonald's or something like that. But I don't want to buy a lot of red meat. But I mean, like, three burgers a week would be really good, and then have pork and then fish, but like one meat dish a day. And I think that would be great. So the meat was good, that we found there. That was like the real big surprise. The pepperoni from Mattie's Pizza, but I mean, that's not like an essential thing. The Cheerios, things like that. But you're going to pay up for U.S. Based cereal. Now, some of the stuff they ship in is not that expensive, but the U.S. cereals are expensive. So, I mean, I would just go with local oatmeal. That's what I'm going to be using, with eggs and local bacon, local fish, local vegetables. And you can do okay with that kind of stuff. But yeah, S&R, which is like the Costco, of the Philippines, it's okay. We had a good time there. The food at the food court was cheap. The people were really nice in there, and the people that were shopping there were okay. The same thing, people clog up the lines and stuff. That's the way it is. But it wasn't like, it was okay. It wasn't as crazy as a U.S. Costco, but it was okay. And we found some stuff. We'll be going back there, buying some appliances for our cooking shows that we put on. We have to buy a mixer kind of thing. So we'll go back for that. That was like $100, something like that. So we'll go back for that. Priscilla's upset with me because we didn't ship her mixer, her KitchenAid mixer. She's mad at me for not doing that. It was just that we were running out of time and money, and it was just like, how are you going to ship this thing, And we just ran out of time and money to put that stuff in, And so, I don't know. It's like one of those things, if you ship it over, you ship it, but then what do you miss? I don't know. So we're going to have to spend $100 on that, and on her mixing appliance there. Was it the cooking machine? The cooking machine from Germany, and cooking, of course, means cook, cook machine. There's all these little things. It's German. It'll be okay, Just have to spend a little bit for it, and to make the cakes. Priscilla makes great cakes, great pancakes too. I mean, she doesn't have to buy the mix. She makes great pancakes too. She's very good at pastries because she's very exact. She was an accountant. I can't deal with that. If you're not exact with pastries, got trouble. So, as we kind of review this, I mean, we were, the traffic was okay. The store was nice and clean. It was great. And they had some stuff we needed. But I don't think you're really going to save that much. The rice, we're going to save $5 on 25 kilos. But hey, it's $5 and that's going to last a couple of months. So, maybe like the rice, the red meat, the ground beef, maybe if you want to get cheese or something like that, and the milk seem to be real, and the cereal, you can't get Cheerios anywhere else, seem to be the big thing. But as far as, S&M and the market versus the market too, you're going to save a little bit, maybe $1 here, maybe $1, there, and 50 pesos here, 50 pesos there. But it doesn't look like you're going to save that much. And the store is so convenient. We just have to stock up on the vegetables. That's where, and the fruits. I don't even know on fruits if you're going to save that much, but on the vegetables and fruits, maybe you're going to save, especially on the vegetables, you're going to save a lot. And we'll just have to see about the chicken deal. I think you're almost paying 200 pesos a chicken anyway. Maybe less, maybe 100, 150 if you get a really good deal. Like I said, and they're selling 2 whole chickens at S&R for $250. Was it $250 or $350? I have to go back and take a look. But I think it was, you basically, it's one of those buy one, get one kind of thing. So I think for $2.50, you get 2 small chickens, which, hey, that could be good enough for 3 or 4 days kind of thing. So we have to go back and take a look at that and see, if that's really good for us. But in any event, we're still trying to figure out, the market versus the Save More S&M versus SNR, and just get that right mix for us to save money. And I know there's some, for our Filipino listeners, they're going to be like, just go to the market. And you're right. We should just go to the market. And we're going to be going to the market on Monday. So I hope you tune in for that video, Foreigner Meets Filipino Market and Foreigner's Son. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.